There's cats just off camera. Little man sleeping next to me. Furry Froofers is in the window. I don't know where Loki is. Somewhere. But hello, I see seats in the front. I see seats in the back. Wherever you're at, that is the right seat. Let's see here. Are we actually live? Does chat work? I love that it saves my most frequent chat. Yes, I see my chat in Rumble. And so far, not on the. Oh, Whew. I think I need another sip of coffee. There we go. Slow. I am an ear breather. Yes, brilliant. Hello, welcome to the little disaster that could, the One Ring Circus, hosted by me, the one, the only, the ringleader, Phoenix Electra, because this is my circus, and that's me. Yep. All right. So I have been working on some things. I have collections of threads for the mummer's necklace. Not all of these will be used. Oh, and you can't see them anyway. Doo, doo, doo. So there's that. And let me put those to the side because I'm not working with those right now. Also, cut this gold and purple stripe that was procured last year when the fabric store was going out of business. Damn it. But such good deals. So I've pinned all 3 layers and I thought we do a little bit of decorative overstitching. I think there's some things oh, I think we're gonna have a fingers crossed. We might get a Freya Froofers. Can see that. And since I didn't want to just cut one little section, I cut off a 60-yard, nope, 60-inch square, because that's how long the fabric is. So I did that, did some extra cutting, and thought, why not try to do some pleating and do a pleated skirty thingy? Who's what's it thing? I've got prepped for that. I have notions. We've got the necklace. There, Freya Furfurs, just don't close out of the stream, please. Okay. So yeah, we're going that good. Frey, are you just gonna walk over there? Why do you not just come over here and say hello, sweet girl? I was contemplating whether we should start with the top stitching so that, yeah, actually that's probably where I should begin today's stitch ventures. Because I know there's not that many days left before it does not ideally arrive on the prescribed date. But it will be fine. I should pick out oh, I had this variegated orangey one pulled. Yeah, maybe we can just do the top stitching in this. Something needs to build. I'm just also using this time to. Is there any gaps anywhere? Is this exactly the landscape? No. Do I care? Also, not really. It's my interpretation of whatever this Adonis. I know there is a color map in there, and I promptly was like, yeah, no, not interested. I'm just gonna do it my way. But this looks like it needs a piece of something, so let's plop that in there. pin. Don't drop pins, needles, or fluff into my coffee because that is gross. Oh, welcome all in, Rumble. You're crushing it at 5. The best workers and lurkers. I see you, YouTube. I hope everyone's holiday projects are going good if you're doing any. Oh, yeah. It's kind of Hanukkah. Hanukkah, we like Hanukkah. Yeah, so once we do the stitching, we'll see. There's probably a little bit more fussy cutting, but just a time into this going. I need the dark green to also go through. So. Well, you know what we can do too? Back from this up green. I'll just go through and put the quilting foot on and just dance around these little landscape shapes that we stitched onto here with this combination of sheen applique. Did we do the raw edge exposed? Because did I? Yes. No fussy cutting, talking over raw edges, and pressing to fusible stabilizers, this, that, and the other thing. Abso-freaking-lutely not. My no. Project would not have gotten this far if that was the technique. And because it was entrusted to my care for stitching, I'm doing it the way I'm gonna enjoy it. Should we just start with the blue for this top layer and just get this done? Or, you know what? Actually, let's start in the middle and then go outwards, because I'm sewing and that's because it's my sew, my sew. You are at my sew, my sew. So I want that I want. Welcome to this afternoon's first assault on your ear holes. Speaking of ear holes, if you don't want to listen to me, I would be listening to DJs. Yep, and oh, shout out again to the raid from Amish Zaku. You can see right where my finger is, maybe on the screen, is my 3D printed logo that I did Amish Zaku. So thank you, good sir. All right, can I thread a needle? I don't know. Just get stuck in there. I need to break out my needle threader. It is high. I'll just suffer you through looking at Elvis' beautiful landscape. Did we? Oh, kids, okay. And I'm going to use again the open-toed seafoot. I am the right fuck yes. Let's toggle over to my. There we go. The open-toed seafoot so that I have more free range of motion with some gentle applied pressure. You know what? Let's see what happens if we loosen the tension on the a little bit because in a little bit. Rivers, what the fluff are you doing? You're just okay. And this foot is fun because you need to. Oh, I don't know if you can see. So good. All I do is make sure you can see the back of my hand. Gently. A piece of something, right? Okay. I am just pinning these pieces down. We can really stop saying okay. One last glance. It's like I need to start. So I'm just gonna do some little wavy. Oops. Up the presser foot. I'm just gonna trim some things back a little bit. Ooh, know that needle's there, so I can use it as an extra tool. My extra. Oh, there we are. My pinchy tools, and again, I use these with the curved edge towards the bottom and the pokey end mostly holding up so I don't, if not, just try to cut the tip of your snips. Get mad, and it's not really good for your putting it back to expose more of the layer that's underneath. What are you? Why don't you come over and say hello, Freya Froofers? This absolutely would you not? Well, nothing is absolutely ever. If you were to use this raw edge technique for sewing garments, you might want to consider how you're gonna launder it because this type of stuff doesn't necessarily hold up to modern washing machines. Oh, it doesn't matter because here at the circus, we are a show, we are an experience, and sometimes water coming through. I'm just cleaning up the. Yep, some water soluble stabilizer, so I'll get that. I don't care that I poke through because this is. I'm really enjoying having the in there to pivot the whole piece. Just acts as a who's new. Stomach. I stopped by the concession stand prior to starting the show. Actually, last tent. For some of the bigger sections, yeah. Hold a little bit more close and also keep my fingers away from I can just feel where I'm holding and I just hide them underneath the tool. It gives me something to make sure help prevent accidents. Safe with your snips. Always make sure you snip safely. Because if you don't, you're at risk of happen. You are not paying when you are least desiring because you are the not paying attention. Oh, first, let's get the needle back in the machine. We can't sew like that. Next. All right. I'm just gonna move where I. Oh, here's my tensioner. In the right spot. Do we feel good? Did we take a deep breath? Did we make sure we smiled? Or it shouldn't. I'm just going slowly and just driving along this little meandering path of the pieces just to hold, make sure things are all held, all three layers are held together nicely. And I'm frequently picking up the presser foot, readjusting so that I don't get caught up in the fabric and making sure everything's held down and adding a little extra character. part is done, it will be on to cutting strips of this guy. I was thinking 2-inch strips for the binding, and then that's it. So I just see where the C is attached and just try to hurry it from whichever side, because it just likes to make friends with all of the layers of stuff. Here, before I stitch this. I don't think this piece. Oops. And we broke our thread. Welcome to the show where Phoenix usually is. Don't fuck up that. Got my attention. Stomach, could you please stop growling? It is time for. Oh, we're stuck. Touch me right now. Means I have coffee. What? All right, just stay in the upper. All right, but the amount of time it's going to take me to look for my needle threader, I could. Okay. Threaded. We are. So good. Around the edges, I mostly super fan. Ouch. Mostly just kind of doing a generalish straightish line. Oh, let's cover up the pins because I don't need those to get dumped all over the floor underneath. All right, be safe. Over there. There we go. Okay. Falling down this candy making rabbit hole. It looks like I'm a big fan of the erythritol, sugar, alcohol, zero all of them. Oh yeah, this is good. So now that I've got they're kind of anchored, I'm just gonna go and do a stitch all the way around the edge so I know that all the layers are attached. Hold that because it's oh lights. Hippity doodah. There are places with some questionable fabric folds. Oh, it's fine. Move the fabric over again. Get under there. There we go. Don't pull the needle. Or needles don't like being pulled. Might break off. Me how I know. Finish. Yes, Phoenix. I know. Yes, I know. I know. I hear you. Phoenix, there's no orange in the sky. I know that part's going to be covered by the binding, so it doesn't matter. I just all the layers are together and good. And I can also use the just gently tug the fabric from the back side. All right, let's re-engage and we're stuck on stuck on that we have been. Doing a lot talking to ourselves. Don't let me just fix my earring. Like, how did that try to jump over? He's not even like our most death-defying state. Yeah, this is just marginally particular, but man, oh man. No, we keep getting. I think we were back in. Don't quote me though, boys and girls. Is this piece gonna be like perfectly squared? No, absolutely not. I'm sure something's gonna be wonky and silly in there, and just like the one I sent her last year. Had its pieces that were questionable. But the little quails on there were so adorable. I really had a hard time on this one because I didn't want to follow the color map. I wanted to paint the and I had so much fun with that one that this one should have taken a longer break before I started, but here we are finishing it, so that's all that really matters. Oh, welcome to the back of the fabric, or this quilt. This is the fabric. Gold and purple stripes. I'm gonna make a super cute skirt. Yes, do you know what else I've got all prepped to go? You betcha. Oh right, 'cause that's what I was saying, that I cut a big piece and cut some extra. And I think I forgot to say what I was gonna do with said extra, but no. No. Maybe once a bit more of this. Something for me, and then get back to something for mom. I break the thread again. What? No. Oh, right. Funny thing about these types of presser feet that have a bar that goes over the wheel holder, behooves you to regularly check the tension on said needle screw, because I find not infrequently that the mechanic of the foot bouncing up and down on the needle screw causes it to become, at unexpected times your needle will come undone, which is a problem on this old-fashioned machine without a motor, but could be highly problematic and dangerous on a machine. So act as good safety. Double check your screw tension. Don't want it too loose, boys and girls. Happen. Trimming some loose threads because you know, it's not going to enjoy doing that at the very end. So I'm going to stuff. Oh, God. Okay. Also going to need a good linting. Back to stitches. And back on it. Thank you. Backing away at the fabric a little bit. Let me just unattach because I got lost in removing fabric for a second. So while we've got the snips out, let's, because this whole thing piece can get cut back. Just doing a little of this, of that. That makes sense. And I get bored. And I can also kind of blend in where I needed to stitch some extra. But just to give it some different texture. You know, just making it a little bit more rock-like and organic. Alright, let's get back to the stitches. And here's what it looks like on the back side. Yeah. Good, good. I say I'm going. Alright, let me rethread the needle because I can when I got the needle back attached, I rotated it so there was a twist in the thread. very long. It's just that we've noticed it. Can't always prevent future disasters, but we can mitigate things early if no. Mm, there we go. I'm just gonna get everything resituated. Ovine, thank you all, the most amazing workers and lurkers. Are you shoveling snow? Is it snowy where you're at? It's not snowy where I'm at. However, that the temperature was 55. Feels colder than that, and there was chunks of ice falling from the sky. Not like little round, even well-formed pellets. These were just straight up quarter-inch ice nuggets. That's been fun. Oh, funny. I don't know. Ice nuggets just reminded me of the Rankin of for Jack Frost. What is your favorite Rankin base production? They're all so good. I do really like that one. Actually, but one of my most absolute 100% hands down, I think maybe the best is the life and adventures of Santa Claus. Ow, that was a pin in my thing. With Father Time. There's one that they don't usually, that's hard, they fell out of fashion or something. It's not as popular because there's good ones. Not to say that Frosty or Rudolph are not good. They are. There's just some that I think are better. Arguably, but it's my so, and that's what I say. Picking it up, it under the feet, picking up the front. We're just doing a lot of finagling right now. Just where we're at in this project. I think there's supposed to be some decorative, whatever. We're quilting it my way, and I'm gonna stop. Not my teaching fortes. Working with what we've got. Let's just do a pivot. Start stitching around. I'm just rolling up towards the table. It helps to make it not so heavy and decreasing the coefficient of drag. that we remember concepts. Spent lots of money learning. I'm in my stitches. Now that we're on a clear straightaway, y'all. I wanted some. I'm just gonna continue to throw my mouse and this, that, and the other all overboard because who needs that? They're happy. On the way to having one whole Christmas gift ready. I don't know if this time. We'll see. I'm just like taking little wavy lines, seeing how the fabric, moves me to move it. For a little decoration and just to help hold all the, make sure everything's held together. And since I was up and thinking about it, I just readjusted the chin, or just retautened the needle screw. And I'm not trying to like hide the stitches that I'd done by hand earlier. I'm kind of just accentuating, I feel like, by extra top stitching. Yeah, let me just pull up this Jen. Better. Oh, no. Let's put her cross her foot down. I'm stuck. We're free again. And I'm not necessarily trying to go over like every last stinking scene. It doesn't. I'm trying to look and see, is there anything that didn't get caught that needs to be attached? And mostly up over here. So let's drive our stitches in up this pathway over here. Not turning this car around. So much thread and snips for so many projects that things are touching me and I'm here for it. Was something threaded? Yeah, we're threaded. I'm just trying to make sure things like generally flat, that all the any open spaces that I was supposed to cover are, covered. And again, stuck, so let's be free. I don't know where we were going with that one. Going this way. I not been actually fluff state. He must have run out of bobbin thread and I was not listening. Okay, well, let's do a bobbin change. Fingers are being dumb, so I'm going to use my snips to gently. About my billet bobbin. Yes, we are indeed empty. While I'm in here, because you do not necessarily need to change your needle every time. I beg you, I encourage you to recommend considering dusting out your under the needle plate and in the bobbin race mechanism for whatever your machine is every time you need to change your bobbin though. Because needles run better and the machine works more nicely if there's not fluff in there. And sewing makes a lot of fluff. So just clean your machine. Worth it. Oh, a new and for those new, yes, my machine does not take round bobbins. It uses this long shuttle bobbin that I slide into my bullet bobbin. I'm going to flip it around because I need to slide it down this slot. And it gets caught in this little figure 8 thing. And then needs to slide along parallel to this metal underneath this little hooky part, and then the tip gets always practice safe bobbin loading practices. My arm. Alright, good. I just double check to make sure as I pull the bobbin thread up to the top plate that nothing is. Once in a while, the thread will get caught on the movement mechanism, and that doesn't very good. Right. Have that fluff. I'm gonna start through this way. Hello, oh hey you. Oh, it's just so serious business today at the circus. Exactly. It must be a maintenance day. I think so. We are, yeah. But we've got the best workers and lurkers. I see you all working and lurking. I appreciate that you find this little disaster that could worthwhile background company. Whatever it is you happen to be working on. And honestly, my feelings are touched because I always sit in a chat and chat. I just be in here. Let's get back to sewing. Back in place. Just trying to take like littleish, just doing some waves. We still haven't heard. If you've got a thought, hey, butterfly, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you. I know. Like, I think I know what you used to do, and yeah, I thought, yes, I, yeah. How's your machines going? Are you wanting to throw things out the window? Hello. Oh, see, I start complaining and everybody creeps out of the woodwork. Oh, have I heard from? No. Well, actually, I take that back. Allie was around. I saw Allie yesterday. He popped by just for a hot minute, but yeah, I hope he's doing okay. I don't know whether Killer is just on another one of their media strikes or if they're just sleeping funny. I don't know what's. Yeah, he was all right, sort of ish, but not. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I hope they're all them folks are doing good because it has been funny. Oh, hey Jess, I hope your projecting is going super awesome. Yeah, I'm just doing a little top stitch on this. There is actually an empty spot. You know what? Anything I partly on purpose planned the lining, the batting layer was this yellow. So if there happens to be any like accidental empty spots, you're just gonna see the yellow and no, that's there. But oh, Jess, you haven't seen Killer in a week. Yeah, I popped around. It's been a while, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh no, it's okay. So yeah, folks are around, but people are not. Things are. Things just are. Ooh. Yeah, Jess. Ellie seemed in good spirits yesterday. Yeah, I think Ellie's good about putting on a good front, but yeah, yeah. Ugh. Yeah, hopefully things just. I don't know. Things just be funny, and I don't care for it. But don't get to choose, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Also, these are some really questionable stitches here. Oh, Phoenix, the days I pretend that we are a no, I don't even pretend that we are a quilter of any. I know, but not only do I try to have good technique, but they're such nice curved hemostats. Oh, so nice. And the steel feels nice. They're not those like cheapy, cheapy stainless steels. And you know, I'll say it again. I'm not a fan. Give me good German surgical steel. That Pakistani surgical steel is just poop. All right, it's out of my system. I think I overdid that one twice. Let's just drive up to the spot where I feel like I need a little bit more. Ooh, do. Oh, Butterfly, you're still working on the same machine. It appears that Mama needed her machine and Daddy tried. Oh no. Oh no. The motor is a goner. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, yikes. That's I don't, I need to psych myself up because I've got the one that I need to. I think don't even know. Hopefully the motor works, but I just need to replace the wiring because it's the original with the. I don't even know what Allie told us it was, but if I can't return an everyday type sewer, or I'd like to return an everyday sewer along with this like special occasion beauty that my friend is that I'm babysitting right now. I know, Jess, that's so terrible. Me too. They're so nice for cutting against. Ugh, they're just so nice and pointy. You can just get in there and really hold that fabric well. Oh, fluff. Let me just free myself. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's just anchor this down. There's oh, actually, let's practice our cut. Let's make Butterfly excited. We've got a little bit more cutting. So again, I fold them with the I just move it out of the way with my little they are my hemostat. They're good. They're sharp. Aye, but I think we might start getting. Did I not yet? No. Do you want to? No, I didn't. But I can. I made some good progress. I can. And it's funny you should speak about that one. It is right here. I think. Oh no, I see. I still have two gold petals to sew and a whole hoop ton of cut work. This is such the little screen. Let me hold it up to the big screen. Yeah, there's all that white needs to be cut out. And then I was looking, because there's this section here where my cutting was terrible and you can see the fabric. So I was thinking this really goldy thread to do that last pass of top stitching with. I have two of them. I have these two spools, but they're not exactly the same. And this monofilament, I'm worried for the amount of backs. I don't. I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it if I try these ones. These ones slightly less differently troublesome. So no, not done yet. This is the one that I am not sure I'm gonna be it. I don't know if it's gonna be able to get into the post before the final shipping day for days. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It we're not done sewing yet. Oh, good prog. It's coming along. It's just not there yet. Yeah, this also has quite a bit of think yeah. I want a different tone gold, and I hope it just covers over the white. we'll deal with that. Yeah, it's right. It is. I'm glad that I enjoy this particular brand of absolutely batshit bonkers sewing because I I think anybody can do this, but it also your brain has to be, I don't know. Your brain just likes a think I'm onto something with this technique that mom started by saying that she wanted a necklace, and then my brain just, oh, there's so many things in a more smaller, more slightly practical stitching. Her piece has taken me some time, but I think bracelet. I think some else that I really enjoy this like Seafoot, but oh, it makes me creep. Yeah, I hope I get that necklace done. I'm just gonna have to sew overtime like today, cause isn't I think technically like Wednesday is the absolute last day, but I'd really like to be stuff out tomorrow. So I better ask my stand-in to come read chat and be entertaining for 2 seconds. I don't, do I have my ass, do I have creative assets? If I'm gonna see if I can mute myself and then put on a little ditty so I can, um, something. I'll be right. Can I do this? Do, do, do. Do I want to touch? Okay, can I mute? Mute? All right, I'm gonna mute. Are we back? Did I do it? Think we just pretend to be fancy. Can we sometimes pretend to be a button pushing channel? We won't go that far. Oh, I can't wait for that necklace to be done. A, so that it's done, but B, so I can make more different things. Yeah, and then I'm gonna cut strips of this brown for the finding of this landscape. So tucked in. Ah, butterfly, you did it. You're back. You're really making. Yeah, it is a lot of work. There's so much freaking fun. And it. I am not a fan of fussy cutting, and that project just has a I don't dislike that type of fussy cutting. It's just different and different. It's more scary. I'm just always afraid that I'm gonna just cut through an entire bar that needs to be soaked. But I need to hop over and grab, I think I might get a can of that spray-based to do a test of that orange tool. The one I'm gonna use to mount it on, just to have something to make sure that the stray scragglies at the back aren't rubbing against your garments or your skin. And I think this orange, it just melts away. So it'll be good. Butterfly, I'm thinking if you made mom a necklace, you could embroider. Oh, embroidered on the wash away sleeve. I was thinking about that too now when I'd started. Now that I'm this far into this version, she's getting the one I've already. She's getting this one. I thought about that too, but I haven't liked the texture of the material after the wash away. It didn't. The gloopy eye, they just. I thought about that before. Yeah. I think maybe for bracelets and for other things for other people, I might go back to the notion of the not attached, the stabilize. Yeah, it didn't feel as nice underneath the skin. Yeah, that one is the mummer's necklace. But I'm not adverse to doing um smaller different pieces on the water soluble stabilizer. It just the one that's snotty, the clear one that feels like it's on the agar or something similar, has a nicer hand feel after it's been washed away than the more like um more like fabricy and less like cling fill that just leaves it feels scratchy. There's something about it I just don't enjoy as much. Yeah. Let's know where my ends are. I think I had to do some test. Yeah, well, we played around. I do think it would be funny to make more goopy eyelets and use that as rings because your girl needs some new structured support garments because things are not. Because I do. And it would be funny to do goopy eyelets. I also am thinking about. Well, I've already started stringing beads on narrow gauge, 28 gauge wire. do some more. To do like a knitted, crocheted, beaded armor thing. Oh, do butterfly. You're not really experienced with the machine embroidery. Your friends love it. You should try it. Just treat it as playtime and no just treat it as time where you get to give yourself permission to play. And if you find that you like the fancy machines that do it for you, that's cool too. There's no wrong. I'd try it. Well, I don't need to sell you on Halloween outfit. How the Phoenix prefers to do that technique, but I did it on the 101 before too. I just like the slowness of these machines. Just I'm sure you've got some scrap fabric and a random embroidery hoop and just play. But the worst that could happen is you find you really like it and then don't know how to have time to practice all the different things because it's different. But oh, it's so good. Oh, that's good, Butterfield. You've done a few names, but not really any art. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just there's so many simple shapes, and then so many old um. You know what you could do too if you had any floating around? Those like pre-printed hand embroidery kits. You're not feeling really like artsy, just one of the old like tea towels or pillows or whatever that's already got the print on there. Nobody said you need to hand embroider it. You can use it as a pre-print for machine embroidery and just go to town. What's worse that's gonna happen? You're gonna cut it up and it's gonna be horrible or whatever. I think, yeah, it's just different, but super fun. Don't be afraid to try it. Okay. Any big glaring spots that needed stitching? Oh, just screw it. I think we're gonna call it good. And I did exactly what I was hoping not to do, which was dump the entire jar of pins. I think we're gonna call this quilted and then just cut some of that brown for the binding of it. And there's the front, and then here's the back. That golden purple stripey. I didn't like I just did some of the big spots. Yeah, everything looks like it's holding together. Jeez, does anything fall off? No. It looks like a landscape. Yeah. All right. Did it. Except for the last part that I didn't. Oh, except for the parts that I didn't do and this last strip right here. Forgot about that one. I might be bad and just cut 2-inch straight pieces instead of on the biased. Whatever. Or, oh, you know what? I might just use some pre-made blanket binding. And look good. All right. So there's a little bit, I've got some couple of threads to knit. Oh, let's do it. A couple threads to snip. Not too bad. Yay. All right. I think one mom project done. Do I want to just let's take a break from this artsy fartsy stitching for just a second. Let's use the ruching foot to its potential. This spot is not really. Let's change threads here. I didn't know that some of these spools that you pop the bottom open to wind them up. It took me forever. I kind of miss the old fashioned where you could just see slot. All right. Hey, we don't need that camera angle. Let's go back to this one. Here's the 2-inch that we played with the rolled hemmerfoot and I attached the strips of ribbon and the rolled hem all at the same time. Magic. I'm gonna play with this foot, and I saw that the trick is to really loosen up the tension on the presser foot bar. That's what I'm doing. I need to remember, boys and girls, we need to get back to 3. All right. Thank you, Butterfly. You too. You too. Oh, it's been so good seeing you around. You have a great week. I hope that machine stops causing you troubles and just becomes easy, but thanks for flopping on by. No, coffee, coffee, coffee. Print the thread. Let's try this green because it's on top and because this one doesn't pop open like that, so there's no way to hold the thread. No. Alright. So we're gonna thread up this green. I've got that ruching foot on. And we're gonna see magic happen. Snips. Alright, let's yeah, all these modern sewers who are doing all these costumes and fancy things, I think you're working too hard. There's feet and attachments that make so many things you're doing so much easier. Like, why are you working so hard? I sew 2 rows of gathering. basting stitches and pull and pray that don't break as you're pulling. We can just use this. It's gonna move, so you'll see. Just give me a second. All right. I'm all set up. The only adjustment I'm making to my regular sewing is to loosen this front knobby, which is the tension that's applied onto the presser foot. I'm just loosening it and trying not to get ribbon. Trim into my... I need to come up with something that looks like spools to roll all of my trim on. I know how else to store it without it just like looking at itself and turning into one giant long knot. So I'm gonna have the right side up my presser foot and if right. Let's try this again. If all else fails, I'll just pick it apart and I'll sew it again. Here I am trying to sell how awesome this foot is, and you know what it's not doing nice for me? Doing its job. Before I get too far invested in these stitches, I'm gonna rip them apart. It should just gather nicely, but the tension on this is questionable for some reason. But every time I put on a new spool, oh, don't pull out the one holding the ribbon down. Good. All right, let's try this. I'm just moving it around, see if I can add a little bit more tension and see if this is gonna correct itself. Maybe I'm not gonna do this right now. And pull it and it can get what I want. All right, are we gonna work on the necklace instead? Let's sew some rolled hems real fast. I have a whole bunch of this, so I thought it would be fun to make a pleated skirt for myself. Oh, let's put on our favorite foot. Oh, one of our favorite feet. Oh, there we go. Our narrow rolled hem foot. Just make friends with this foot. You will not be disappointed. Need to change your order of operations in sewing 100%. but where's my words? Well worth it. Why iron narrow rolled hems when you don't have to? Well, we've got two lengths of this, so I'm gonna do my narrow rolled hem and then we'll slap in a French seam. And this will be the bottom. We'll probably add some more trim and doodads, but didn't know what I wanted, so I was like, well, we at least can do our rolled hem and apply everything after that. I was like, oh, it'll be super easy to pin in pleats because this fabric has got stripes, so who needs a ruler? We can just count the number of stripes. Reader's Guide to Pleats. That's where. Here. After some freehand sewing, sometimes it's nice to just sew straight lines again. Oh. And we're just getting caught up in the cut edge. But yeah, beautiful narrow rolled hem. Let's make friends with this foot. You look into the sewing side. I need to make sure I've got enough cute stuff for when 3i Atlas lands. I mean, come on, aliens. That one, is it Talus? Oh, right, because 3i Atlas, it had it has X-ray detection. Plus, it's got a radio frequency. It's got a Doppler frequency. Like, huh? Okay. And didn't I hear also that it was not only does it have a frequency, but it's a consistent radio that you could just like tune in, and that's the station it broadcasts from. Stay tuned. I guess we'll have more updates on the Wednesday show. Sleeping cat. There's all the cats are sleeping. Nobody wants snacks. I'm sure if I touch the snack sack, they'd come running, but why disturb the sleeping kitties? What was that? Probably shouldn't have drank that fast. I might regret that choice in about an hour. Alright. I advanced that piece just a little bit. I don't think there's really a difference between the front and the back, so we're just gonna load up the second piece. Get her stitched. Oh. Hey, let me just re-tighten the presser feet. Honey. Yeah, so I'm just gonna French seam these. Actually, you know what? Screw French seam. This is selvage to selvage. So we could just do one seam and then top stitch it up. Oh, ribbons. I see ribbons, buttons and zippers. I see rhinestones, I see sequins. And I want. Yeah. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty and witty and all right. For our song section. I know I hadn't cut into this fabric yet. It's just been sitting since last year, so just as good a time as any. I've also, oh my god, I need to see what I have as far as fabric glue because I don't want it to wash out. That material, that silver that's got the diamond motif already pre-stitched into it. So why work harder and cut all those diamond blocks and piece them together when I would just paint in between the pre-stitched motifs. Or I could just stitch into them. Do like a... Oh. Yeah, never... Oh, my brain was thinking for a hot second about some like reverse applique thing. I want that. I think I would be fun to play with more. In which 2, maybe 3 layers of fabric together, stitch over it, and then stitch just like squiggly lines, but then cut in between. Alright, so now we've got our 2 strips, same length. Stitch them together, and these are finished edges, so I'm just gonna stitch them up twice and not worry. I don't need to do a seam finish. The seams are already finished. Fashion presser foot though. Am I losing my? I think I'm losing my feet. What? Okay, out here. You're distracting me. What do you say, Fatso? Well, come here. Help sing. Sing for your fans. Do it again. Sing for them. Sing. And that Freya Frupas is trying to sing also. All right, let me. Oh, hey, Loki. Okay, okay. Let me stand up. Let me get. Okay, okay, Loki, come here. Come on, creature from the deep. Come on. Little man, you are sitting right in the way. How can... Loki, come here. Loki, you're not in camera because the big butt of that pooper duper. Loki, come here. Here. Look at you, Loki. Again, you're behind the sewing machine. Okay. Closing up the concession stands. I got sewing to do, and you guys are making my fingers dirty. All right, cats have had snacks. Right, meow. But seriously, where's the piece I'm looking for? On my Blammo presser foot magnet super sweet holder of all that you're trying to hide. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was doing. I forgot. Oh, we are gonna stitch these two pieces of fabric together. I'm gonna make sure that the sides are lined up. There we go. And I'm gonna stitch from top to bottom twice just to make sure it's well reinforced, because why not? Let's get tucked in. Oh. Sundays I usually work on garment sewing. I'm not really doing art stitching. But when the holidays come around, sometimes you just need to. And this is your reminder, if you need to get shit in the mail, you better have it done and in the final home stretches. Don't think there's that many days left to ship stuff. If you are seeing the person and doing it in person, you might have a little bit more time, unless of course your holiday is Hanukkah, in which case it's not going to make it for the first night, because that's tonight. All right. Look at this beautiful heap of fabric. Not my hand. No. And to be a better hostess, put up 2 cameras. We got shamed into it by Tiny Panda Face, and this is how good I use them. Look at the pile of fluff. Or the back of my hand. When I get to the end, I am just going to do magic. So I'm going to leave the needle engaged, pick up the presser foot, rotate this whole thing, and then just drive back. And then I'm going to be extra and flatten it. Well, I'll show you when we get there. They're starting to tease me about snow, but then I look and it's like above 2,000 feet, above 6,000 feet. I'm like, oh, okay, done. All that fabric attached. You know what? I don't even. Just because I like the look, I'm gonna open up this fabric, lay it flat on the table, and just take the back of my nail and just rub it along those 2 lines of stitchings I just put in. This is where if you were a different type of sewer, you would have gone to where the iron is and ironed that flat, but that's not me. I'm not anti-pressing. I just don't usually use an iron. Now I can just stitch all of this nice and flat. And there'll be no pokey parts on the inside of this. And I'm not gonna top stitch this part, I'm just gonna leave it. Look at me finishing a seam that I'm thinking is actually gonna be on the inside. Fancy that. I Phoenix, do you want to say out loud what your brain was just conniving? Do I want to hold it up on one half, so interfacing, and then do buttonholes all the way down? Because that's a look. Yes. And you know how I'm going to make that easier for myself? I'm going to do that separate on a button placket. Because then I can practice. All right, stay tuned for next week. I've got so many projects, so much to sew. Okay. I'm not going to put the pleats in yet because I think I need some like trim. Some more of this gold, or do we need brown? And yes, the answer is yes. We're just throwing all of the ornamentation, all of the affectation. You can think it's going to make it look gaudy and more adorable. The answer is I would like one more, please. Because that's been the rule at the circus for a long time. You have, if you, the nosebleed section, if the aliens up in the nosebleed section on 3A Alice can't see us, we have not done our job appropriately. Yeah. Get back to fussy cutting the mummer's necklace. So, but so. Okay. I'm gonna tucked in here. Just trying to be really careful. Got the same tools as from the quilt project, but here instead of keeping things close, I'm making holes in the project. Close as I can without cutting through. Around the red, I will satin stitch in more red. This doesn't get any less scary, especially when I'm poking my fabric and I'm worried that I'm gonna bleed on the backside. Just gonna. You know what? Maybe we'll just go back to doing a little bit at a time. More stopping and starting, but maybe need to have freed spots where I are next to each other when I do go back and do the satin stitch over. Okay, now I'm gonna flip this to the back because this piece right here I'm gonna be able to see better and get closer because this is ribbon. Flip it to the back. Come a little bit closer. Angle it, then I can pull back and see where and cut back to. This is scary sewing. Actually, the sewing is not scary. The getting the project ready for the next part of sewing, terrifying. And that's ready. Let's get hoop and threaded and just get ready to go. Why? Can you just slide down the middle? Why are you getting stuck? Oh, it looks. So I'm gonna just pop off the presser foot. And for those who've been around, we go presser foot free for this next round of sewing. Keep all my tensioning things. You just learn your machine, what it likes, and then you learn every spool because you think thread, they should all sew the same, but they don't. Results may vary, so it's your own discretion, but make sure you do something. Couple rows more knitted on the waistband for the knitted arrow pattern skirt. Still haven't sorted out. The mummer suggested this like lace, not a specific pattern, but just lacy crocheted bottom border, and go back through my pins. I haven't sorted out which one, nor have I done a lace border on zigzagged bottom edge before, so I just. Hey! Don't. Hey, you! Alright, well, I guess we've been forced into a little bit of a pet me meow break. What are you doing? You're sitting on Mom's necklace. Okay. Well, thanks for coming by. You're gonna sit in the window now? All right. Well, you make sure that all those outside cats don't be bugging you. Going with cats. You know, he did so much singing, and then he needs to get ready for his act. And you know who gets stage fright? Ugh, cat. One of these days. There we go. Gonna keep my snips close by because I'm gonna use them to hold. Let's trim this piece. Again, I'm starting at the back just to get warmed up. I'm not scared of this project. I just want it to be my most amazing work. That's a high bar. Let's get hooped up. One. And if you're new, hi, welcome. I'm Phoenix. Smash some buttons for us. Thanks. I use the big outside hoop on the bottom when I'm doing machine embroidery. It's reverse from how you would do it for hand embroidery. You just gotta do it this way. Oh my god, I need leverage. I'm just gently tautening the fabric a little bit. Not too much because I don't want to distort the shape. Alright, so let's stitch this section. Just trying to let's just do the regular thread first. I feel like I wanna Phoenix just so low here. Stitching over this to get the from cut the fabric back all tucked in. Wait, good. I don't feel like I need to do that other stitches, but on some of those where the cutting was bad, I'm gonna have to use something because that white is just unacceptable and I can only cut it back so much farther. Oh, but then I need it to also to cover up where we're gonna do the black. So if you just stop where it just the sewing so much to do. So here we're gonna be super and be fancy. No, not fancy. I just need to be all the careful cutting right now. And again, like I trimmed the last time, I just move the piece around, see where my best angles for cutting are. that we're being careful, yet also hoping for the best. I can see where there's a lot of extra floopy bits, so I'm trying to get real close. I don't want to cut any of the thread, any of the stitches I've done earlier or through the thread. It's really scary. Much here I am trying to do it live on air. Death defying stitches with. You didn't think feet sewing could be scary. You know what? I'm gonna need to flip this over. I was trying to debate the merits of. Oops, don't stab my sewing machine table. Trying to cut as few blocks at a time, but it's easier for me if I just cut a whole. We do a whole bunch of cutting, because then I can just go and do a whole bunch of sewing rather than this starting and stopping. Not really gonna make a difference for this project, I don't think. Generally, you try to just cut and do the open work for little sections at a time. The small and I'm doing it this way. Yeah, cutting from the wrong side, definitely not for the faint of heart, but it just gives me a way to see differently the edges. Okay, let's flip this back over again. Checked. Oh, I hit my head into the microphone here. Dang it. Because the closer I can get with the cutting, the better the satin stitches are gonna look. But like here on this leaf, it's so. I'll just fold it over because yeah, a little bit closer here. I'm gonna do a here, but not too hard because I don't want to break it. Yeah, see, this is the where I stitched yesterday. Oh, so good, but we gotta get this. And you know, sorry if that's hard to see, but I need to. More important that I see where I'm cutting than I could host for this pic. gonna like cut close to the into the corners, but not through. There's all it's. This is just really fussy fiddly. I brought this on myself. Yeah, welcome to Sometimes Phoenix We Just Cut. Eventually we'll get back to some. Not there yet. Ian, stop shaking. Enough. This is making me question my choice. No, this is. Don't look at the stitching. That's why we're going to have that tulle background to just really hide some. Okay, let's flip this over. What do we look like? Where are we? Stitch. Let's use, these tips are also nice because I can use this hooked part to just poke in, and it's a little bit less sharp than the scissor tips. My satin stitches was like impeccable, and I would just catch it all, but I'm not always that good. Mr. Singer has not fully let us into the sewing machine. Yeah, we're still relegated to like the next count over on the side of the crossroads. Phoenix, is there easier ways to do this? Questionable. If, as Butterfly was mentioning, maybe if I'd done this on water soluble stabilizer, I could have just melted it all away. Don't like it doesn't feel as nice. Can't really. Tried to explain it. Also working on this here. Definition into where this flower petal is. That's why we did all of these leaves and the red flowers. It would be impossible to try to do those now that we've started the cut work. There's just not that much. There is an order of operations. Order. I'm gonna hope that I do really good satin stitching here. I'm really we can, yes, we know how to do good We know how to do this good, Phoenix. Stop stressing like a... Alright, let's... So... Got... Oh, where we're not. Just a little bit... That was some very questionable. Alright, I can't. I need a break, boys and girls. You guys have been great. Thanks for being the most amazing workers and lurkers on the tubes and the rumble. We've got one project just about done. I'll do the border myself and then get that wrapped up and in the mail. This one is gonna definitely take some time, but I'm hungry and I can't pay attention to my sewing and I don't want to fluff it up. So I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. You guys have been great. I'll be back on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, and fingers crossed that I am showing you a picture of this final finished object because it's all wrapped up in the mail, but we'll see when we get there. All right. No long goodbyes. We've had a good show. We've had a great sew. I sewed good. I hope you've been good. I'm going to stop this goodbye. Thank you, everyone. Be amazing. I will be back on Wednesday. TTFN. No, where's the end? Do I...